Hello, good morning, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for another Saints and Angels Oracle deck reading for our week to come. It is March 7th, 2025, and we're at our first Friday for the month. So we'll have not just an angel card, but also I'll pull a tarot card from my deck, and we'll see what we have for a theme for our entire month. So thanks so much for joining me today. Welcome if you're new. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. Oh, my camera's being kind of funny with the light. Hopefully it's not going to stop working. Sometimes, whatever, things happen. Hopefully it doesn't put a weird filter on it or whatever, but we'll see how it goes. I don't really have much of anything to talk about beforehand here, I guess. Excited to see what our theme will be. It's and I said I don't have much to talk about, and I'm going to start talking about everything. Funny how that works out, right? Oh, but it was that transitionary week from February into March has been such a different energy. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they have to speak on it, because I could feel the turnaround and an opening, a lightening. Also, I think because spring is sort of in the air, I'm feeling a little less Five of Cups reversed, crying over spilt milk, kind of, oh, things didn't turn out as greatly as I expected, or whatever the case might have been, a couple different angles of sort of disruptions, or even departments of different people leaving or coming into my life. Even, it's been different. It's been a really cool week to kind of sum up all the different angles of that Five of Cups, the way it can play out. So yeah, if you aren't new and you've been along with me for the ride, then thanks, and I'm sure that you've been seeing those kind of energies play out as well. And yeah, I guess we'll get right down to what we're here for, right? I'm going to lead us in a quick little grounding to just become a good and gracious audience before I open up my decks. So feel free to get comfortable wherever you're seated. I'm going to close my eyes and lead us in a little grounding. You don't have to close your eyes, or if you're doing something else, that's totally okay too. It's not completely hypnosis or anything like that. The point and reason is, like I said, to sort of calm ourselves down, detach from all of the things that we have already been sort of doing and have as expectations, and all of these even to-dos or other thoughts, distractions, right? To sort of detach from them and just center into your present moment, into a place of receivership, so that when we listen to the cards, not only can we hear the message right now and sort of get an initial impression off the cards and the messages, but that we're in an open state, more conscious awareness, and in a more harmonious alignment, mind, body, and spirit, all three layers of ourselves, after we sit and do some grounding and some meditation. That opens up channels and gateways within yourself, and like water seeping through cracks, it will go into you and sort of land on different seeds or sprouts, different ideas that you have. Trees even in there, could be long wisdom that is impacted by this rain, the waters, the message that comes through. And it will, grow over the week, and it's meant to, and you're meant to really come back, day in and day out through the week to check on those things. Or perhaps they pop up in ways that you didn't even expect, or you're prompted by external synchronicities out in the universe of us, because we are all an extension of the universe around us, and we do play a really co-creative roles in your day and lives throughout the week. And it's been such a blessing and a work in progress for me to understand that, and to peel back the card each week for myself and do that good work for myself, really honestly, and really actually come back each day and see the different ways that different connections are made or missed, So just hoping to sort of inspire, rekindle, remind us all why we do this every Friday, and how it can really, even just one card, one time a week, it seems like a simple, and they're even quick videos usually. I mean, sometimes they go like a half an hour, of course, but what is a half an hour in your whole day of all hours, right? And once a week, it's a small thing, and yet it makes such a good difference, such a great difference. When we can come back to it continuously, each time you come back to it, it's new. And you come back to it a new person, a new perspectives with different things that you've accumulated, experiences of your own each time, each day of the week, sort of, that you come back to the message from the card. And yeah, it's just, again, I'm thinking steady progress. I completely even forgot, well, not forgot, but didn't have it in the front of my mind thinking of last week's card, but here I am just speaking of the lessons. Sort of, yeah, we'll bring the rag out on that of last week and those messages before we turn the page for today. Speaking of that, I'm going to have some water before I lead us. For real. Now, I'm actually done talking, I think. But thank you always for listening, really, so much. And yeah, so let's close our eyes and take a few deep breaths on your own time. Just connecting breath and mind and spirit, body and thoughts, energy, all of the firings, the electric sensations and impulses, even those more magnetic ruminations, the pullings and desires, all settling down, smoothing out. Let the breath lead the way, as always. Take a moment to really hear the song of your own breath for a moment. Allow yourself to take comfortable, easy breaths. Feel the sensations of the whole body as the breath moves the body so subtly, barely perceptible, easily ignorable, in fact. All day we mostly live in a place that ignores subtle body movements, impulses, exchanges, and changes. Let's take a moment to step out of the driver's seat and the brain, the mind's boss up there. Then hit the lunch bell and take a break. Turn their back from the screens, from the notifications, the monitors. Put their feet up, maybe hands behind their head, maybe even rest their head gently on the desk. Maybe a nap is needed. See that boss of the mind taking a well-deserved break. Let the body's boss take over. Feel the gentle eyelids closed. Feel the muscles of the face relaxed. The forehead smooth. Breathe. Gentle, smooth, easy breaths. Watching even where they choose to travel. trying to be a fly on the wall as your body breathes and the air moves through it to all these places within the universe of you. Down through the lungs, the abdomen, the legs, all the way to the toes. Down the shoulders and arms, all the way to the fingers. Up and around through the head and even out the nose. So many currents, pathways, rivers, little eddies. Watch. And breathe and allow that exhale to be a nice sigh of relief. Knowing that all those places and spaces within you that are calling for nutrients, for fresh air to them, for energy, for love and light, whatever it is they need, rides in on the breath, on the inward pull of your beautiful system flow. Meeting its marks, checking off the boxes, and that exhale takes with it anything that needs to move out, anything that's ready to go. Trash and toxins, debris, things that have used up their service and have a call somewhere else. Let the exhale be as gracious as the inhale. Know that with both you receive great gifts. As with both you're giving great gifts. Beautiful symbiotic relationship of give and take. Feel a moment to let that gratitude seep in deeply, along with the breath permeating into every cell of you, letting them know how grateful you are for your cells, for the work they do, for their consciousness, their unique contribution to you. See each one permeating vitality, with hydration, with health and wellness, with motivation, with love and light. Knowing their purpose, their integral role within the whole. Being honored to do the work, being happy, productive in their work, honoring the Creator, the source intelligence, the divine, infinite intelligence that created all of the happenings, the systems, the functions, to serve in divine purpose. Positive action, just by being, just by breathing. It is so simple. So simple that we could just forget it is right there, right in front of us all the time. Just like the breath, just like the nose on our face. breathe into the realness of those things. Remember them. Remember the choice is always there to remember them and honor them, to live alive with conscious awareness of them, in co-creation with them, honoring the reflection they hold of the whole you, as you can hold the reflection that you hold of the Creator as a whole. Circle back once more and hold that mirror up to every other and remember their divine reflection of you and of the Creator, of Source. Giving thanks and bringing our mind to the great whole again, and to the others, and to what we're here for, what we've sat down in presence. Coming full circle, remembering our presence in our place and space and time, giving thanks for your own divine role, your set and setting, giving yourself a moment of self-love, appreciation for taking the time to do this great practice, self-care, and of care for all those around us, for humanity as a whole, for the earth as a whole, and this creation as a whole as well. I thank you for your divine service and for your unique contribution. Thank you for your audience. Thank you for your light and love. If you need extra love, know that you have mine. I freely offer all power. Thank you. And I'll ring my bell now as we prepare to open our eyes. Okay. So first I'll do our theme here for the whole month with the tarot. So take the card out from the Aquarian deck here and give them their own due homage and thanks for their ever-presence, their wonderful energy, open listening ears, hearts, soul, mind energy. We thank you and we ask if you could offer us, through these beautiful cards of divination, a wonderful message of working here for the month of March, for us collectively and individually. We thank you, thank you, thank you. Shuffle up here for a moment. Ooh, oh, not a bunch, please. Yes, it's exciting. It is exciting times. I'm going to drop and shuffle. We have a lot. But we would appreciate so much a single card here. Oops, I think I have to go with this top card. That's just flopped off. The Ace of Cups. Wow. And what a beautiful springtime message as well. And to see come from the Five of Cups reversed in transitioning, no wonder it has felt like such a refresh, such an uprighting, kind of like, ding, we got the message and on to new, freshness. Maybe that whatever five kind of energies that were culminating and spilling over, it's kind of time to just start afresh and a whole new. But, oh, the beautiful dawn, and to remember the beauty of the dawn. Oh, wow. And I think I'll speak just on the Ace of Cups here for a minute. I really feel the Cups energy in itself, of course, is something that's a social energy. It has to do with exchanges, personalities, sort of like direct life. Of course, spirit comes into it, and emotions definitely are huge to play. but it is a more of a tangible playing out in life circumstances and scenarios, sort of lens of observation and focus for us to remember for the month, right? And what a great springtime message too, because everyone's sort of coming out of the winter shell. Everybody's sort of, even animals themselves, like, is such a great display of sort of the social aspects of what an Ace of Cups sort of, if you could think of like all the woodland creatures and how they all kind of play different roles, especially in springtime and in winter, and they're all coming out of their different hibernation roles. They're all coming out of those different wintertime sort of habitats and hibernation techniques and sort of survival and coming into the more playful, open energy that spring brings up, and interacting in those kind of ways. And they're new ways for them because they've spent sort of the time huddled together in their little nests or whatever with their own kind, and now they'll be out and about. Yeah, it's kind of a silly reference, kind of a childlike reference, but that's okay. It plays out in our own world and in humanity as well, because humans, we do a bit of that during the winter as well. Some of us more than others, of course, but those kind of new circumstances bringing together new social gatherings of sharing and interaction, new points of focus, will be, of course, coming together. To keep a bright mind and to keep opportunity and understand the threshold of the new dawn, the energy and intention that we infuse into this initial stage is really what matters. And it's not about sugarcoating and infusing with sort of false positivity and having these really great best thoughts, vision board style, really crisp and cut clear notion of what the end goal is. That's not the ace energies at all. And in fact, that's kind of deterrent to ace energies. In fact, the ace is more of an understanding of the full potentialities of everything at hand, and understanding that in this first stage, it's the energy of freedom that you want to infuse into things. Not you don't want to be enslaving things for later, really making these strong ties and knotting knots really harshly. You want to loosen the threads and leave them easily untieable, make a couple of quick ones and see what they look like before you fasten anything down. And to hold that free place of open service, of positive service, is really what the Ace of Cups asks us to do, is all about. I'm talking about free service, and I was talking about free service yesterday. It is such an alignment of positive offering of just having things within you, like the sun just rises, and when we have a gift, a calling, or a purpose, when the sun rises in the morning, that thing's birthed with you. Like if you have a new idea, a poem comes to mind in the morning, a song is in your heart, you have an idea for a new painting, you have a garden to go forth into, perhaps you have a business, you have a new venture, you have an adventure in mind, you have a place to go today, new happenings to happen, or you have someone, perhaps you're a caregiver or you're a teacher or something, and you have new offerings for someone who's looking up to you or looking to you for some kind of supportive roles. There's so much to fire us up in the morning, to enlighten us, and the way that we step forth in our morning and the way that we set each dawn up even is such a crucial thing. Such a mindset of the Ace of Cups. Not to create rigidity, rigidity and yeah, I mean, whatever, if there's some kind of whoopses could happen, or let's have some thoughts about disruptions for a second, let them sit on the scatter plot where they lay, but don't give them over attention, and don't stop your exploration there. Keep understanding that there's plenty more spaces to fill with other variety of plenty of positives and stuff, and let the gradient be fully explored, let the day keep dawning, And so getting a little bit long in the video, but the first ones usually go for a little while, right? The first videos of each month. So I'm going to put my tarot cards aside here and take out Saints and Angels. I'm so excited to see what they're going to speak on for this week here to come, and what ways that we can interact with this infinite potentialities of the Ace of Cups. And, you know, thank you so much for your energy here, beautiful saints and angels, our ascended masters, ancestors, all of those who've come before us in spirit, God, Source, Mother Earth. Thank you so much for your attention. Just as I thanked you earlier with the tarot cards, in due time pay homage to each, right? So thank you. We ask if you would like to give us an impression, supportive guidance, a pillar, a post, I mean, to tie to, or gates to walk through, perhaps something to anchor in under this beautiful, vibrant springtime energy of the Ace of Cups that we're stepping into here. Technically our second week of March. Steady progress, such an enlightening and wonderful message for last week. We thank you deeply for that. And we ask for you to offer your infinite wisdom here in this week to come and guide us. Thank you so much. Okay, now we'll shuffle up. And nice. Oh, I think we've got the card. Gonna go with that. Wow. Animals with St. Francis. I love this. What a beautiful card. What a beautiful message. And spring, and I just spoke about animals. Like, thank you for your deep listening. Thank you so much for your external confirmation validations. Oh, let's read animals. You have a strong love bond with animals. As with St. Francis, they instinctively trust you. They can sense your compassion and understanding and come to you for help and companionship. You have an innate ability to communicate with animals, and you know what they are thinking and feeling. In some ways, you feel more comfortable with animals than people. You would excel in a career such as pet sitting, walking or grooming, being a veterinarian, or animal communication. Could I add farming too, probably, you know, caregiving in those other ways? Your pets who have passed on also send their love. They want you to know they're happy and doing well in heaven. This saint is also associated with nature and animals, and he is a patron saint of animal welfare. Legends say that he'd give sermons in the forests, and the wild animals and birds would stop and listen. I love that. St. Francis was born in Assisi, Italy in 1181. He renounced his family's wealth and became a traveling preacher with followers who eventually formed the first Franciscan religious order. He spent a considerable amount of time helping and healing the poor, particularly those with leprosy. The powerful prayer of St. Francis, which begins, "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace," also makes him one of the most beloved saints. And I just love that, an instrument of peace. I absolutely love that phrase and the vision that comes along with it, and the metaphysical sort of wisdom and truth that's underneath that word instrument, and to be an instrument of peace. Yeah. So there's our messages for this week. Certainly springtime messages. Thank you so much for joining me here this Friday. I hope I'll see you next week. I hope you have a wonderful week and weekend. Love to hear any of your impressions or your own personal intakes on that. Feel free to leave comments for anybody. That's always great for others to see comments and know that there's real live organic people interacting and reacting and responding to messages online. But if not, so you can always send me emails. I love to hear personal things in private if commenting's not for you. You can find me on Telegram too if you're not over there and you're finding me on YouTube. Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. If you find me on YouTube or BitChute and you do use Telegram, you could always check me out over there on Amory Speaks. The link's in the description. Thank you so much for your audience. Thanks for your contribution to our collective. We certainly wouldn't be the same without you or me, right? So thanks, and I'll see you next time.